We're going to discuss 4 Armaf fragrances today. I'm sure you've heard Armaf is a really good beginner fragrance line. They are clones mostly of Creed fragrances, but this video should help you decide which one you're going to buy. The first one we're going to talk about is Armaf Club de Nuit Intense EDP. Now, this one I've had almost since I started my fragrance journey. It's a fragrance that I heard a lot about before, or as I was just getting into fragrances. This is, of course, a clone of the ever popular Creed Aventus. They do smell very similar. I'm sure you've heard they smell very similar. I would say there's about an 80% crossover in terms of how this smells versus how Creed Aventus smells. This opens up with lemon and pineapple. You've got the similar kind of birch tar and patchouli woodiness in the base that you get with Aventus. The only issue I find with this is the EDP version. It just comes across as a little bit synthetic in the opening. It might remind you of like a cleaning product with the lemon in there. It's not very realistic and it's just a little bit bitter, to be honest. The next one, and my personal favourite out of the two, is the Club de Nuit Intense Pure Perfume. It's called Parfum or Pure Perfume, something like that. This is definitely the best one to go for. This smooths around the edges that were in the original, and the EDP that I discussed was a bit synthetic and a bit bitter, but this is a lot smoother. It's more fruity in the opening. You've got apple, you've got blackcurrant as well, pineapple and lemon as the original, but it's more fruity, it's more well-rounded, and it just smells really good. This is as close to Aventus you can get without actually buying Aventus. They are very similar, 85-90% perhaps with this one, and it's almost like it's hard for me to recommend you to buy the real Aventus when you can just buy this at 10% of the cost. I think this cost around 40 quid, and I think if you get 100 ml, 150 ml, 100 ml will cost you about £40. It's about 10-15% of the cost of Aventus. Well worth it, good performance, and it's a really good all-day signature fragrance. One thing I wanted to say with the Armaf Club de Nuit, you're not going to get the batch variations that you get with Aventus. They probably use more synthetic ingredients. They are more kind of easier to control. So every bottle you get is probably going to smell the same. Not like with Aventus where you get all the different batches, fruity, smoky, more leathery, etc. They're all going to smell the same, so you don't need to do any sort of batch searches. Moving on to Club de Nuit Sillage in the silver bottle. Who can guess what this is going to be a clone of? Yep, you're right. This is Silver Mountain Water by Creed. Now, I have to be honest, I don't own a bottle of Silver Mountain Water. I've only ever tried a sample, so I'm not going to do a complete comparison because I haven't had enough time with Silver Mountain Water. But what I can say, in my experience, from the experience I've had with Silver Mountain Water, they smell exactly the same. There are almost no differences at all, and so I would always recommend you go for this over Silver Mountain Water because I don't think it's worth the price. Nice fragrance, Silver Mountain Water, expensive, low performance. This one, on the other hand, is the same, and it only costs £35 for 100 ml. This is bright, it's energetic, and it's really citrusy. A wonderful gym fragrance, a wonderful after the shower fragrance, a perfume to take on holiday with you. It's a real kind of feel-good, joyful perfume. It's lovely. It's really nice. It performs well for the price, and it's an easy fragrance to wear that you can take with you anywhere you go, and you can wear it any time of the year. I'd recommend wearing this to the office or wearing casually going to the gym. They're the best times to wear it, but it's really citrusy and really enjoyable to wear. So that's Club de Nuit Sillage, an absolute bargain, 30 quid, 100 ml. Last one, and probably my favourite from Armaf, is Club de Nuit Milestone. As you can probably tell from the colour, this is a copy or a clone of Creed's Millésime Impérial. I own a newer batch of Millésime Impérial and an old vintage bottle, which is down here. This is from, I think, 2014. It's a beautiful fragrance when Creed made amazing fragrances. This is supposed to be a copy, I think, of the older batch. It's salty. You've got kind of an ambergris note. You've got some oceanic notes. Doesn't smell as good as the original Creed because the original Creed from 2014 was made with really high quality ingredients. It's deep, it's salty, and it really projects off my skin. It's a beautiful fragrance, one of my favourite fragrances in my collection. But this one is close, it just isn't exactly the same as the old one. It's still a really nice fragrance. You still get the marine notes, you get a nice kind of bergamot in the top, which adds a real nice juiciness, and in the base It's quite musky and you've got a saltiness. So you haven't got, it's not as salty as the original Millésime Impérial, but it's definitely there, and it sort of smells like the sea breeze. Imagine if you're standing by the ocean and you're breathing in the air that's coming towards you with the ocean breeze. That is how this smells. A perfect vacation fragrance, a real summery fragrance that just makes you think of summer. So in the winter you can wear this and it will give you kind of, in your mind you'll just think of sunshine, or take it on vacation with you. It's a really beautiful fragrance. So as you could probably tell, I really enjoy all of the Armaf. If I was you and you could afford all like 3 fragrances, I'd go for the Club de Nuit Pure Perfume. I would get the Sillage, and I'd also go for the Milestone as well. I think they're 3 good fragrances to have in your collection, and all of these will set you back less than £100, and they're going to last you a long time, and you can wear them pretty much to all occasions. Let me know in the comments which one you prefer, and do you think Armaf are worth the money, or would you go for the more expensive Creeds?